Yo, welcome back to the house where we talk news, celebrities, and hot topics. Y'all, I'm super excited because I want to go ahead and give you guys some Real Housewives of Atlanta updates. All right, so we have to be quick about the situation, like 10 minutes or less, because the episode is about to come on in T-minus an hour and 30 minutes. Listen, Cynthia Bailey. I think my watch is correct for the first time ever. Cynthia Bailey is under attack on social media. Not under attack, but under a lot of criticism because they felt like, as Kenya's friend, you need to be 100% Team Kenya. Right. And the fact that Cynthia Bailey has been holding her friend accountable in public, they feel like that is her being disloyal. All right. So we're going to go ahead and watch what Cynthia Bailey has been saying.
Okay. So I was not there at the scene where the situation happened with Britt using the gun word, the pistol word, which I think is completely like off limits. Like you should never in any situation on this show.
Okay, so that was her holding Britt Edie accountable, saying that the gun word is off limits. Whips and pistols, that is off limits. Okay, sis, you doing too much. Okay, your placement is off.
Bring up a gun. Like, what's that?
Did you see the episode?
I saw the episode and I heard about the episode, but I just saw it. So you have to remember, without seeing it, I was basing my opinion on Kenya's reaction, not to what happened. And I definitely feel like...
Okay, she admits that her initial opinion was based off of Kenya's disgusting actions. Okay, she was disgusted at the situation. Tell the truth, Cynthia.
Britt, made a mistake. It was just not the word to use. But I can appreciate that she immediately comes in apologetic and remorseful and trying to get on the other side of it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, she made a mistake. Miss Edie made a mistake, but she turned course, was apologetic about the situation, remorseful about the situation, and trying to get to the other side about the situation.
Which is what you do. You got to take accountability if you mess up. You know, nobody's perfect. I've made mistakes on the show. We all have made mistakes on the show. So I can't appreciate that. But of course, I'm not invalidating Kenya's defense in any way.
All right. I believe that's Entertainment Tonight, if I'm not mistaken. All right. So this was Nightcap for Access Hollywood. And she goes on to say that she has actually not really spoken to Kenya Moore, since the incident at the salon, which, wow, Kenya's upset.
I have not spoken to Kenya since around the time that whole thing happened.
Okay.
And, that's really kind of a sad situation for me because I was there to just support her salon. I'm so proud of her. I know how hard she's worked on it. And I was just so disappointed to see her vision be overshadowed by what happened at the.
So why y'all upset with Cynthia? She was so sad to see Kenya's vision overshadowed by this poster board. Haven't y'all been saying that on social media since the shit happened?
Salon, which you guys will see. I felt like that should have been the focus because that was her like life dream, like building this hair care empire.
And she spent $400,000 on it. All right. And her fans, I would really be more upset with the fans because the fans have more smoke than they do in real life because y'all want to fight everyone who has a different opinion, but yet you're not going to the hair care salon in Chambly, whatever the fuck, Georgia, and booking an appointment to get your scalp massaged. You too busy on Twitter and not busy enough taking a trip to Atlanta to make sure that the salon doesn't shut down. Because why is a hair salon only open 3 days a week? Why don't we hear people talk about going to the damn salon? Y'all's priorities is messed up.
And I just wish she had called me before or I definitely would have this is your moment. This is beautiful. The entire event was amazing. And it just ended on not such a great note. And I let her know that, because I just thought it was beneath her. I hold my friends to a standard. Kenya is a woman of class.
That's certainly your opinion, Cynthia.
I just felt like it was beneath her, and I was a little disappointed in how she responded.
Okay, and she goes on to say that, it was emotional. She actually cried when Kenya Moore exposed that lady's nudes.
I forgot that I was actually emotional in that scene. I was watching it, I was mortified, obviously, with the rest of the cast. And I just didn't like it. I just didn't want that to be her moment.
Right.
All right. So, yeah, a lot of people feel like, well, you're supposed to be her friend and you can disagree with her, but disagree with her in private. And generally, I do believe in that, but I also feel like we're on a public platform. And I feel like sometimes when you're on a public platform, you have to take a public stance. That's number one. Number two, she might come from the school of, I'm your friend, I'm gonna hold you accountable. And that's what friends do. Some people feel like you just need to be down for me. In public, you need to be team me 100%. And I honestly, agree with all sides, because if I was Kenmore Hair Care and I saw Cynthia Bailey after the entire situation occurred hanging out with Britt Edie, I would feel a ways. Okay, because this lady, I'm speaking as Kenya, this lady, Britt Edie, is instrumental in getting me off the show. Well, she got her own self off the show, but y'all know what the fuck I'm saying. So if I'm then kicked off the show and I see my longtime best friend, Cynthia Bailey, hanging out with Britt Edie, I would feel a ways. I really wouldn't be speaking to Cynthia either. The same for Portia. Like, I would go on Instagram talking about some hashtag trader if I see you hanging out with the op too. So at the end of the day, I see all sides. I understand why Kenya is upset, and I also agree 100% with Cynthia Bailey and everything that she's saying as far as holding her friend accountable. She says she is a woman of class. Okay, have some class, Kenya. But listen, we can see that Kenya does feel a ways because she retweeted this. Okay, 10 years ago. I guess Lanita Leaks was on Watch What Happens Live, and she was basically saying something about, if you're going to be my friend, then you don't need to align yourself with the ops. Okay, so that was a message from Kenya letting us know that she does, in fact, feel a ways about Miss Cynthia Bailey.
When you have a friend and they do something wrong or something you don't like, I don't think you align yourself with the enemy. I think that you stick with your friend and you say, look, we were friends. I liked you. You did this and I did not like that. But at the end of the day, you're not going to align yourself with the enemy.
At the end of the day, you're not going to align yourself with the enemy. So does Kenya feel like she aligned herself with the enemy? Let's talk about it. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to create a great day. Love you. Bye.